in the international edition of BHAV Ganga, We the Beings on Earth. The program is for the well-being of all the living beings on earth. Vasudha Kutumbakam. We are one family. In whatever uh, species we are, but we all are children of Mother Earth, and for well-being of all, this program is there. This is our 10th program, 10th episode of Bhavganga, We the Beings on Earth. First, we will read a comment of one of our friends, and then, since this program is going on Thursdays only, today is 22nd of December, and on Christmas the program will not be there. That is the day for Hindi program. So I will wish all the viewers of world Happy Christmas in Hindi. But today, in advance, in this international edition, we wish a very, very happy and Merry Christmas for all the persons and beings on earth. And Christmas is a celebration and joy for all the species, and especially the disadvantaged one, the poor children. They are given gifts. And it is said that when Santa comes, he gives gift below the pillows and on socks. So my daughter Runjun, when she was small, she asked Papa, if Santa comes and those children who don't have socks or pillows, how he will give gifts to them? So I have written a ghazal that we should provide first the socks to the poor children and then gifts, so that Santa can give gifts to the children. So we have to take care of all disadvantaged one, the children, the persons, the flora and fauna, all the species who are disadvantaged due to one reason or the other. We have to take care of that. That is our duty, and that should be our pledge on the day of Christmas, to take care of all. Vasudha Kutumbakam. And sacrifice from our wealth. We have to sacrifice a bit for all that, all of them. So, very, very happy and Merry Christmas to all the beings on earth. And then R.D. Tiwari ji has written this comment on our last Bhavganga, that is 9th episode. Good evening. Great feel to go through the international edition of Bhavganga. Extension of vectors and scalars from physics to social, economic and religious phenomena speaks of the depth of erudition and vision and intuitive knowledge, which gets further amplified in Speak Dharmraj Speak. One mistake I have committed in the last episode, just the two names got mixed up. I said, giving examples of scalar and vector, that speed is vector and velocity is scalar. The reverse is true. Velocity is a vector quantity and speed is a scalar quantity. For remembrance, you can take this, that both V's, velocity and vector, both starts with V. The vector, velocity, and speed and scalar both start with S. So then you will not forget. You will never forget. Today there was lot of fog in the morning up to around 9. But so many other works were there, so it got delayed. And this time around 11, it is too hot. Sunshine is quite warm. I am sweating, but still it is enjoyable. Today our program will not be more, around 30 minutes. So good evening. Great feel to go through. This is the R.D. Tiwari's comment. Great feel to go through the international edition of Bhav Ganga. Extension of vectors and scalars from physics to social, economic and religious phenomena speaks of the depth of erudition and vision and intuitive knowledge which gets further amplified in Speak Dharmaraj Speak. It is a treatise and fabulous feeling. It is a treatise and a fabulous feeling. Thank you, Girish ji. With regards, R.D. Tiwari. Thank you, R.D. Tiwari Sahab, for listening with so depth and repeatedly. He listens every Bhav Ganga episode twice or thrice and then comments. So thank you very much. You are giving life and velocity and speed both to Bhav Ganga. And now I will recite a poem and then a long poem. Village children on way to school. Village children on way to school. My schooling happened in a village school where there was no building. We were studying up to class 5th under a mango tree in a basic primary school. And from my village, there was no roads around. Railway station was almost 5-6 kilometers away. So every time when we have to go to catch a train, we have to travel 5 kilometers, mostly on walking or on elephants. We have in my family 3 elephants. So on elephants we used to go to school. But under a mango tree we have to carry our bag and our wooden slate and sometimes the blackboard and chairs of for the teachers also. We elder boys of class 4th and 5th, we have to carry from school to our home and from home to school. Because when there was no school building, where to keep all these things? And everything we enjoyed in our village, everything. But in rainy season, when on the pagdandis or paths, not roads, just lanes, muddy lanes, where the dirt of animals and men all were flowing in that lane. I have to go to other places and to school through that. A feeling occurred that somehow we should get rid of that. Somehow we wanted to get rid of that. And after getting the experience of all the corners of the country and of the world, a 3-line poem emerged. I will recite that and then I will recite that long poem, Village Children on Way to School. धरती की कीचड़ देख भागा. I ran away after seeing the filth of the ground. I ran away from the village, or I ran away after seeing the filth on the ground. But where I reached, जहाँ पहुँचा, वहाँ आकाश में कीचड़ था. Where I reached, There was filth and dirt in the sky. I ran away after seeing or facing the filth on earth. But where I reached in the towns and big cities and metropolitans, there was filth in the sky in many forms, pollutions in many forms, filth in many forms. And then I decided that I will try to remove the filth on ground also and on the sky also. And this Bhav Ganga is an attempt, and sincere attempt, an attempt from the heart for this purpose. And there are two Gangas in my language, Hindi, in the universe. Ganga on this earth, Mother Earth, famous Indian river, and the Akash Ganga, a galaxy of stars. Akash Ganga, we call it Akash Ganga. So it is called Akash Ganga. So I decided to this Ganga, this Bhav Ganga is confluence of Akash Ganga and this Ganga. And the object of this Bhav Ganga is to remove the filth and all impurities of ground, on the ground and the sky. And we hope with the joint effort of all of us, we will be successful. In Hindi we call it Hum honge kamyab. We will be successful. Now, this poetry, village children on way to school, in groups and alone. First there is a description, picture of the scene, and then the thoughts and the feelings. In groups and school alone, on bicycles and on foot, talking or quarreling, children to school. Swinging satchels and takhtis in air, wooden slates on air, satchels of all sorts. And takhtis, wooden slates. Earlier I thought, when I was a child, that is a study material. We practice here, writings. But when I grew up, I was astonished when I looked back those scenes. Small children, 3, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, they have to go to school, half kilometer, 1 kilometer, sometimes alone. And there were so many animals and dogs and so many animals on the way. And sometimes they can attack. So this wooden slate with a something to hang, some rope or something. And when some animal attacks, we used to attack with our takhtis. So that was our safety material while going to school. Sometimes we enjoy it. And there we used to write with chalk, liquid chalk. And we used to polish it. First we used to apply black powder or black soot from the lamps, and then we used to polish with glass or bottle, and then when it used to shine, then we used to put white lines through thread after soaking it in chalk liquid, and then they used to write with narkat kalam. Narkat was a local produce from which we used to make our pens. So everything was local and really enjoyable. And the takti is the unique phenomena where we produce shine out of darkness, out of blackness. We enjoyed that. So swinging satchels and taktis in air, satchels of all sorts, cloths, bags and polythene bags, pieces of sacks or grocery bags, some with only notebook in hands, or maybe files, bevy of girls talking, laughing, whispering, blushing, group of boys and girls running or ambling, some moving proudly as if in a bridegroom's party. In India it happens. The bridegroom's party is very proud, and some humbly as in a bride's party. Bride's party, people are very humble. Some children stopping on the way and playing marbles and gulli danda. These are local games. Or climbing in a tree and playing lachi dadi, climbing and then jumping from the trees branches. A boy running ahead with a firangi made of a mango leaves. Firangi, a circular rotating thing. Local name for that. A boy running ahead with a firangi made of mango leaves seems as if they have drawn out their own timetables and kept sports as the first period. Lo and behold, some boys have stripped and are jumping into the big pond. They are swimming along with bellowing buffaloes. Not long back, all had to swim across the water to reach school. Since the road was not there, many of the children used to walk through the water to go to school. They are swimming along with bellowing buffaloes. Not long back, all have to swim across the water to reach the school, for there were no roads and culverts. Some boys are holding a fishing line which they had hidden behind a bush the day before. Had they already planned fishing for the day? Some with dreams in their eyes, some sleepy, some worrying how back at home planting of rice would be done without them. Some worrying as to who would feed their little sister, because they all help each other. We were all helping each other. The smaller brothers and sisters were taken care of not by fathers and mothers only. The brothers used to, or elder sisters used to take all these things. Even my takti was daily prepared by my elder sister. Some with dreams in their eyes, some sleepy, some worrying how back at home planting of rice would be done without them. Some worrying as to who would feed their little sister, who would feed the cows, bullocks, and the cattle. Some worrying about the thatched roof of their hut, which was leaking all night in the heavy rain, thinking, wouldn't it have been better to stay back home, helping mother to dry up clothes and grains in the sun, and their own soiled books? A boy broods, wouldn't it better if all books were kept under the school roof, safe from rain and safe from the parents, safe from the pranks of his little brother who loves to tear them and spill ink thereon, and who needs these books for homework, and who needs these books for homework. At home he has no time, and he has to do all the other course. Then where is the time to do homework? I look in vain for a line of hope or despair on their face. Is there any aim? Why do they go to school at all? Is it because Ramu, Samu, Deepak, Papu all go to school? So are it just out of habit or out of just following them, just copying them, what they are doing, we have to do that. And what are they going to be in future? Are they learning anything worthwhile? Are not they forgetting whatever intrinsic worth was there? Will they ever be able to work in their fields and watch the crops from the machan? In the crops, we used to temporary place to sit and sleep through bamboos and all that, temporary, very temporary, and with the thatches above, which we call machan. Will they ever enjoy the yellow drape of mustard flowers? Will they ever be able to pick mahua fruit? Or will they simply hunt the job after school? Most will be lucky to get a job of a peon or a clerk. What sacrifice for a white collar? Has the army of children gone astray in quest of a goal? Isn't it going to lose even what it has? Is somebody seducing them or forcing them? What are they going to learn at a school? History, geography, and a bit of math or art of copying? And what will they lose? Their roots, their family, their traditions, their confidence, and mostly the most bad part is their sentiment, their emotions, their sensitivity. Maybe they had confidence before they went to school that I can stand on my own feet, I can walk on my own, and I can stay at my home with belongingness and happiness. And if I plant a seed or seedling in my courtyard, it will grow, it will bring forth flowers and fruit. But now, why their feet shake after going to school? Why do they start looking for props? Why do marigold and tulsi plants no longer bring them joy? No longer stir up their desire to plant the same? Why do cactus or cacti start casting a charm? Why do they start disliking home? That is the worst part. And why do these children turn into veritable sticks anybody can wield to suit his end? Politicians, school managers, and teachers. Why don't they become sticks of support instead of sticks of misuse? And why do they copy at exams? So Satya did so and passed inter first division, got a good match, and Ramu too. His grandfather smoking his hookah, plans to fleece the bride's father. Brag he. My son is no ordinary bloke. He has passed high school and entered first, and through copying. I am saying not he. He has passed high school and entered first. Our only school-going children is in the copying scene. Isn't society encouraging the same? This is the scene of India and most of the rural part of the India. Copying is rampant, and not from primary school. It is up to degree colleges. There are mafias of degree mafias in degree college. They take contracts for providing degree, graduation degree with money. Our only school-going children is in the copying scene. Isn't society encouraging the same? Isn't everybody happy with this? Parents, teachers, principal, all? Are not they all getting or going to get something? And what again is taught in the schools? Most do not understand what complex things are taught in science with no lab practicals. Didn't Sukhai get a thrashing for failing? Then why not copy and pass? Nor do the children understand why they don't teach in schools about plants which Mahesh likes, about making garlands which Sangeeta likes, about building houses with which Rakesh loves, about drama and music which Dinesh loves. Suresh swims well, Paris is good at swords play, Gayas weeds the caterpillar well, Yaqub can make even soap, Sattar keeps honey bees, and Ramesh takes care of the nature. Sattar keeps honey bees. Then why don't they all get marks for these? Will they never be taught what they like? Will they always be helpless like this, forced to copy? Will the school always be crushing their sensibilities? Last few lines. When shall the children regain their confidence? When shall the children regain their confidence? And who will do it? When will they wake up? When they will wake up to realize what they know is as important as what they are going to learn. And where they live and where they live is as good as any part of the world. And where they live is as good as any part of the world. And if something is amiss, there is some shortcoming in that part, that is for them only to correct. And that is only for them to correct. For no Messiah will come to do so. For no Messiah will come to do so. What are these children going? When then what are these school going children waiting for? Then what are these school going children waiting for? So on this Christmas, coming Christmas, our wish is that all the children of such disadvantaged place should gain confidence. They should retain their roots, and they should develop their wings. The ambition, the total aim of education system, a good education system, is only twofold. First, to get the eyes open, to teach that all the students have to keep their eyes always open throughout the life, and then having faith on what he is seeing. If he is seeing anything repeatedly through his own eyes and any book says otherwise, then he should have faith in his eyes and should discard whatever books are saying. That may be truth of his time, of the person who has written the book of his time, not of present. Present he has to see through his own eyes. He should have scientific temper. And the second, any generation or any teacher has done its job towards next generation or for his son or disciple or daughter. Two things, roots and wings. Roots, that he gets connected from where he emerged and the mother earth, and wings so that he can fly. His imaginations can fly, and he can find solutions of the present day problems through scientific thinking and out of box thinking, lateral thinking also. And lateral thinking he will be able to do is if his imaginations fly. So this has been a nice poem, and now few more poems. Few more small poems. Literature, philosophy and religion. Literature, philosophy and religion. As a coin becomes rounded and smooth after continuous usage with passage of time. As a coin, now the coins are vanishing from the scene. Only paper currency is more, and now the electronic currency and now digital currency, so many. But earlier there used to be coins only, a day was there, and coins of silver and gold also in earlier days. As a coin becomes rounded and smooth after continuous usage with passage of time, similarly, when an idea is new or nascent, it is poetry or literature. When an idea is new or nascent, it is poetry or literature. But when it worn out after lot of uses, poetry or literature, when it worn out after lot of uses, it starts beginning philosophy and religion. It starts becoming philosophy or religion. When a poetry or literature passes hundreds and thousands of years, it travels in time, then it takes the form of philosophy and religion. Yet, new coins are continuously being minted. Yet, new coins are continuously being minted. Second, alive. Whenever outer layer of skin decay, whenever outer layer of skin decay inside in a boil or in some skin problem, whenever outer layer of skin decay, inside that a new layer of skin starts getting formed. Inside it, a new fresh layer of skin start getting formed. This is the indication of a life. This is the indication of a life. A living organism within our system also. This is an indication of life. A living organism within our system also. A new layer of fresh system is taking shape. That shows our system is vibrant and alive. If everything on the surface is getting decayed, whether it is social system or political system or economic system, any system, then within that system also a new layer of fresh system is taking shape. Within that, a new layer of fresh system is taking place. That shows our system is vibrant and alive, and that gives hope. That is why after revolutions, a new thing which is better than earlier. Thesis, synthesis, and then antithesis. Thesis, antithesis, and then synthesis. It is continuously happening, and through this, a more balanced situation comes on the world, and things are improving or evolving. Roots. You kept cutting my roots. You kept cutting my roots constantly for so many days. Cut almost all of it. You kept cutting my roots constantly for so many days, so many months, so many years. Cut almost all of it and kept waiting to see when I would fall. And kept waiting to see when I would fall. And you began to wonder. And you began to wonder why I did not fall. And you began to wonder why I did not fall. No, my brother, I don't know any music and any magic. No, my brother, I don't know any magic. The only thing is that I do not just have one root. I do not have just one root. I have countless roots, infinite roots, some visible and some invisible. I have countless roots. Some are visible and some are invisible. Most of my roots you will not be able to see with your eyes. Most of my roots you will not be able to see with your eyes. And most of the ones you do see, and most of the ones you do see, you will not be able to recognize them as my roots. And most of the roots, once you do see, you will not be able to recognize them as my roots. And you will be amazed if I tell you the secret. And if I tell you, and you will be amazed if I tell you the secret that you too are one of my roots. You too are one of my roots. And as long as you use yourself are safe and fine, and you, as long as you yourself are safe and fine, how can I fall down? How can I fall down? Another once, please see. What the sun should do. What the sun should do. People said, make hay while sun shines. People say, make hay while sun shines. But what the sun should do? But what the sun should do? He should make hay or he should shine. People said, make hay while sun shines. But what should the sun do? He should make hay or he should shine. Next, faith and self-confidence. Faith and self-confidence. How much faith and self-confidence trees has got? How much faith and self-confidence trees has got that despite so many dangers, he opens up leaves and flowers. He opens leaves and flowers in the environment. How much faith and self-confidence trees has got that despite so many dangers, he opens up its softest parts of leaves and flowers in the environment. Faith on nature, earth and time. Faith on nature, earth and time, that flowers can still be blossomed. Faith on nature, earth and time, that flowers can still be blossomed. The shoot of leaves can be brought out, and confidence in self, that whatever I am doing is necessary, very necessary. That whatever I am doing is necessary, very necessary. How much faith and self-confidence trees has got that despite so many dangers, he opens up his leaves and flowers in the environment. Faith on nature, earth and time, that flowers can be still blossomed, that shoots of leaves can still be brought out, and confidence in self, that whatever I am doing is necessary, very necessary. Then truth. Howsoever dense be the cloud or fog, howsoever dense be the cloud or fog, day can be realized, sun can be felt. How much even fog is there in these winter days? But without sunshine, we know that the sun has arisen, not by seeing the Google, but just seeing just getting out of the house, we can feel the sun has come, even because of fog which is not visible. Howsoever dense be the cloud or fog, day can be realized, sun can be felt. No cloud or fog can be strong enough to cover and hide the sun completely. These last two poems, howsoever dense be the cloud or fog, day can be realized, sun can be felt. No cloud or fog can be strong enough to cover and hide the sun completely. No cloud or fog can be strong enough to cover and hide the sun completely. Howso many be the layers of lies or ignorance, howsoever be the layers of lies and ignorance, truth and knowledge cannot be eliminated. Truth and knowledge cannot be eliminated. Whenever cloud or fog dare to cover the sun, whenever the cloud or fog dare to cover the sun, earth itself scatters sufficient brightness. Earth itself scatters sufficient brightness for sun to be realized. Earth itself scatters sufficient brightness for sun to be realized. Howsoever deep be the layers of untruth, or number of times it might have been repeated, and truth is repeated or repeatedly said, or howsoever long be its echo, neither it can become truth, become truth, nor suppress or eliminate it. Neither it can become truth, nor suppress or eliminate it. Some voice from the sky or earth, some voice from the sky or earth will ultimately flash the truth. Some voice from the sky or earth will ultimately flash the truth. And last one. Poet is a farmer. Poet is a farmer. My words are seeds which I am showing. My words are seeds which I am showing in the soil of the society. And this is true especially of BHAV Ganga, we the beings on earth. My words are seeds which I am showing in the soil of society. If words and society are able to create same relationship, if words and society are able to create same relationship which exists between seed and soil, probably a plant of pleasure will grow. Probably a plant of pleasure will grow, but all seeds do not grow. But all seeds do not grow. And in all soil they do not grow. But all seeds do not grow. And in all soil they do not grow. And poet is a farmer. He should know which seed is to be sown, and when and where. And poet is a farmer. He should know which seed is to be sown, when and where, and which seed is to be preserved safely, for sowing in the next suitable season. As a farmer saves and preserves the seeds, saves the seeds for many years, many cultivating cycles, for many seasons, whether the poet is able to preserve the ideas, he who preserves in simple and natural way, he who preserves in a simple and natural way, he becomes a real farmer, a real poet. He becomes Kabir. Kabir is a famous Hindi poet, the only poet who has kept always his eyes 100% open, truly scientific poet. Not only after, yes, Buddha became 5,000 years back and Kabir becomes 500 years back. But if you try to find out two biggest truth searchers in India in last 1,000 of years, Buddha and Kabir comes in forefront. Kabir has also become a philosopher now. Earlier he was considered as a poet, but now, as I said, the poetry turns to philosophy and religion after passage of time. So he who preserves in a simple and natural way, Kabir's poetry, the best way of life, sadhu sahaj samadhi bhali, I narrated one day. He who preserves in a simple and natural way becomes a real farmer, a reformer, a real poet. He becomes Kabir. So thank you very much. And 2-3 haiku poems, and then I will finish. My books are my long letters in your name. My books are my long letters in your name. Another one. Miracles are either lies uttered by some reliable person. Miracles are either lies uttered by some reliable person or everything happening around. Whatever is happening, that is a miracle. A plant growing, a child growing, a new child coming on earth, this air, this sky, this earth, everything is a miracle. Our speaking, God has given us power to speak, it is also a miracle. Whatever is there in the world, that is a miracle. So miracles are either lies uttered by some reliable person, that this man is doing something unusual, that is not possible, that is only cheating. The miracles are either lies uttered by some reliable person or everything happening around. Or if somebody is doing something unique, help, some doctor is doing something unique, then it is not miracle, it is his knowledge, it is his skill. And he can teach this to others also. In life, whatever is happening, it is truly natural and scientific. It has quality of reliability, repeatability, and validity. And that is everywhere in the nature. Equality and harmony should be in connectedness, but not in behavior. Equality and harmony should be in connectedness. We should feel connected with everyone in the same way, but not in behavior. Behaviorally, if somebody is doing crime, you have to control him. If somebody is doing something excellent, you have to promote him. Sensitivity and goodness is more infectious than insensitivity. Sensitivity and goodness is more infectious than insensitivity. Happiness is very cheap and sorrow is often very costly. Happiness is very cheap, always available, and sorrow is often very costly. See, some have faith on certainty, some have faith on certainty, and some have hope from uncertainty, and some have hope from uncertainty. And two pictures, one of a village or a town with crowded people, lanes, and one is sprawling roads and magnificent colonies. Differences between the two in these two haikus, and then I will finish. Congested lanes, disorderly houses, and intertwined lives. The village or a congested town of the town. Congested lanes, disorderly house, where they try to put others' legs also down, but their lives are intertwined. They disturb also each other, and if a problem comes, somebody becomes sick or something, anything, then all will come together to help. Congested lanes, disorderly houses, intertwined lives, and contrast wide roads, houses on the sides, just like islands, unconnected lives. So now with this I am closing today's Bhav Ganga episode, and once again, happy this week, coming week, till next Thursday. I wish good times to you, and very, very Christmas, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. Thank you very much.